Hey everybody, this is Shannon with Smokin the Wild, and today's episode we're going to be smoking chicken wings and Brussels sprouts. Now before you go anywhere, I know that sounds like an odd combination, but I promise you it is absolutely phenomenally good. Stay tuned because we're fixing to get wild. Ah, there he is right there. Fixing to get started. I go through gloves a lot. I recommend it. It's just easier than washing your hands every time because we're going to be dealing with bacon and we're going to be dealing with chicken. But let's get started here. So I've already got some Brussels sprouts started. And so basically what you're going to do is you're just going to take a good quality knife, make sure your fingers are out of the way. You're just going to cut the ends of it off and you're going to get the loose Brussels sprout leaves and you're just going to put it in the bowl. Again, keeping the blade away from your fingers. It's real simple. This is easy. You're going to cut off the end of the Brussels sprouts and put it into the bowl. I've already got some started here. So what we're going to do next, real quick, we're going to take olive oil, okay? And I use this stainless steel bowl every single night when I'm cooking. It's just a mixing bowl. It makes life easy. So we're just going to drizzle some olive oil in here, all right? Doesn't take a whole lot. And you're just going to kind of mix it up with your right hand or left hand. Do it one-handed, okay? Now when you do this, you're going to have some Brussels sprout leaves fall off. Don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. Get that good and dredged. And then what you're going to do is take your favorite rub. Now I'm going for a pretty specific flavor profile tonight. So tonight I'm using cattle call, and that's available at the Tulsa Grill Store. It's phenomenal. Actually, I use this almost every night on something. It's just a really good all-around rub seasoning. So I'm going to take some cattle call. And I'm just going to sprinkle it over just to kind of mix it up, all right? Just kind of mix it up here. You know, you can season it to your taste, but I would recommend maybe you season it a little bit more than you think you should because some of it's going to be left in the bowl. All right, we're going to get that done. Then I'm going to take some granulated garlic, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take some thick cut hickory smoked bacon, or whatever bacon you like. If you like turkey bacon, whatever you want to use. Then you're going to take, however many Brussels sprouts you're actually going to smoke, and you're going to cut it in half. So then what you're going to do is take a half slice of bacon, lay it out, then take a Brussels sprout, and you're just going to wrap it. All right? Now you can use toothpicks or not use toothpicks. That's up to you. Just poke a toothpick through it. All right? Get your pan out. We'll get this out of the way. I'm going to put that out here in front. I've got this really, really nice ceramic platter. It's made for grills or your stovetop or your oven. And you're just going to do every single one of the ones you're going to cook, depending on how many people you're feeding. Put a toothpick through it, and you're just going to keep on going. All right, we're just finishing up here. And I promise you, if you're thinking right now, Brussels sprouts to begin with, much less with chicken wings, let me tell you something, our kids will devour these. Bacon kind of cures all, but the flavor profile, it's just an incredible combination. You're gonna love it. They pop right in your mouth. They're really good. So now what we're gonna do, since I've been handling bacon, is I'm gonna take my gloves off. I'm gonna take some more cattle call, and I'm actually going to put this rub all over the bacon. All right, just get a good sprinkling. If you're gonna message or comment and ask me how much, I don't know. What is that? 14 taps? I don't know. Just do it how you like. That's the way I cook. I don't really measure. I just kind of gauge. Sprinkle that with granulated garlic, and that's done. Now that took a few minutes to put together, and now what we're gonna do before I get started on the chicken wings, I'm gonna go ahead and go out and throw this on the grill because the Brussels sprouts are gonna take longer than the chicken wings are, and then we're going to come back and get the chicken done. Okay, now we've got the Brussels sprouts out on the smoker. And by the way, I failed to mention what I'm smoking on today is a hasty bake over real wood charcoal, which is what I prefer. and I threw a log of mesquite wood right from Texas on there, so that's what we're smoking over today. And I've already defrosted a few packages of chicken wings, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So I like to use duck fat. I know that there's fat content in the chicken, but this adds just a little bit. We're going for flavor profile. Don't forget that on Smokin the Wild, we're going for flavor. And I just think that the duck fat not only acts as a binder for the rub, but it adds just another element of flavor. But if you don't have duck fat, or you can't get a hold of it, use some kind of canola oil or extra virgin olive oil. If you don't have it in the spray, you can normally just pour it out of the bottle. I don't recommend anybody using vegetable oil. Number one, it's not very good for you. And number two, I just don't think it has a good flavor to it. It's kind of bland. So that's what I prefer. So what we're gonna do is just kind of lightly coat, all right, and mix it around. I forgot to put my glove on there before I start touching chicken. So we're gonna get our glove on and just kind of mix that duck fat in there. Now I'm gonna add another level to it. I keep a spray bottle of cranberry juice in the refrigerator at all times. And what I like to do is kind of spray the chicken wing down with some of that cranberry juice. Again, we're going for flavor. Now, it doesn't enhance it all that much, but any little thing you do matters, okay? So get that sprayed down, all right? Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some Bearded Butcher Hollywood blend. I go through a lot of this stuff, and I'm just gonna lightly or heavy, however you like it, coat these chicken wings. All right, make sure they're good and done. I also like adding, again, it's all about personal preference, whatever rub you like. They also have the Bearded Butcher's Black. It's one of my favorites. I also like to mix that in just a little bit, not very much, okay? Just make sure and you're gonna flip the wings over real quickly. All right, now we've got them all flipped over, and I've already sprayed them with the duck fat, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit it again, this other side with the cranberry juice, and coat the other side. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You can put as little or as much as you want to put on there. I get a little wild, which is why we named the show Smokin the Wild. All right, let's take a little bit of the Bearded Butcher Black. All right, and that's good. The last thing I'm going to do, and I only do it on one side, again, it's personal preference. Take some granulated garlic and just kind of lightly sprinkle. That just took just a few minutes. We're done, ready to go put the chicken wings on the Hasty Bake. Ah, hear that sizzle. It's one of my favorite sounds in the world right there. That sizzle. While I'm out here, I'm gonna go ahead and check the Brussels sprouts. I may need to turn them. I'm cooking right now at about 300 degrees. I'm gonna bring that temperature down just a little bit. And if you've got a Hasty Bake, I've got it down about halfway between bake and smoke. I do not have the diffuser on. That's your personal preference. Let's get these separated out. It's good and sizzled. All right, while I'm out here, I'm just gonna kind of look. These are already cooking really nicely. Wow, really starting to bubble up. It just, oh, the smell is unbelievable. We'll come back and check on those in just a little bit. All right, now we've got the Brussels sprouts and the chicken wings on the grill. I'm going to prepare a glaze. It's gonna blow you away at how simple, but when you taste it, it's gonna make you go, wow. Now, by the way, we are gonna be cooking to temperature, and with poultry, you wanna get the internal temperature to 165 degrees. I wouldn't dream of not having a meat thermometer. Grilling in the oven, here in the kitchen, anywhere I'm cooking protein meat, you've got to have a meat thermometer. That's the only way you're gonna know if that meat is truly done. You know, the biggest mistake that I see people make is two things. One, they cook afraid. Two, they overcook the protein. I don't care what it is, beef, poultry, venison, elk, fish, the list goes on and on and on. They overcook it, it's dry. Have you ever experienced that? It's because they're cooking without thinking about the internal temperature. Again, poultry is 165 degrees internal temperature. So what I've got here is I've got some cranberry juice. I'm gonna pour just a little bit in here, maybe half a cup, quarter cup, all right? You can use soy sauce, you could use marinade, you can use whatever you want. I'm choosing to use an all-purpose marinade, and you just kind of pour that in there. Probably for this, it's about half a cup maybe, okay? Then I'm gonna take a little bit more granulated garlic and sprinkle that in there, all right? Probably half a teaspoon, full teaspoon. Again, I don't measure, I just done this enough and I just like to play around with it. The good news is when I get done with this, I'm gonna taste it, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the Bearded Butcher's Hollywood blend, gonna add that to it, all right? Then, this is the key ingredient. Today, I've chosen to use cherry. I've got cherry preserves, and I'm gonna put, I don't know, roughly 2, 3, 4, yeah, about 4 tablespoons in here. And I'm just gonna mix this up, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it over here on the stove on simmer, and I'm gonna let all of that goodness kind of meld together and steep together and get infused. And then shortly before, probably about 5 to 8 degrees before that chicken is ready to pull off the smoker, I'm gonna take my silicone brush and I'm gonna take this glaze, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna glaze all of the chicken wings, and it takes the chicken wings to a whole new level. Again, here on the Smokin the Wild, we go for simplicity and we're going for flavor profile. So the chicken should be ready here in just a minute, along with the Brussels sprouts, so stay tuned. Get all that melded together there. All right, I've got it on high right now, but I just want to get this to temperature, basically to reduce down all the ingredients, including the cherry preserves. I'm gonna give it a quick taste. That is absolutely perfect. The thing that's going on here is we've got a lot of different flavors going on in and of itself, between the rub and the granulated garlic, but we've got the marinade, or if you choose to use soy sauce, then we've got that cranberry juice and the cherry preserves. It just gives you like 5 or 6 different levels of flavor. When you taste it here, it can be a little bit overbearing, but just know that when you put it on the chicken and the heat glazes it on there, it's not gonna be near as potent as it tastes straight. But tasting it like this gives you a better idea. And again, never be afraid to start over. It's never too late until you put it on what you're actually gonna be eating. This is the part, if you don't like it, dump it, start over. Find a profile that you like. I've done this enough, this is perfect. And I promise you, everybody that eats those chicken wings is gonna like almost faint. All right, it's about time to go out and check on the wings and the Brussels sprouts. So what I'm gonna do is flip the Brussels sprouts, we're gonna put our glaze on, and it won't be long after that, we're gonna be ready to plate. Ah, the sizzle. Okay, so I want to point something out to you that's really important. It's a key point. I don't care if it's domestic poultry or a wild, like duck, goose, pheasant. You don't want to cook it low and slow. You want to cook it at higher temps, and the reason why is because if you don't, the skin tends to get rubbery, and nobody got time for that. So cook it at higher temps, you'll get better results. All right, all right, all right. Everything is done. You know what's great about this meal? If you're on that kind of diet, it's low carb, low sugar. I mean, even though I use the cherry preserves and the cranberry juice, I use such little of it. It's high protein, this is perfect. And even if you're not on that diet, I mean, you can't go wrong. We got bacon and we have chicken wings, you can't go wrong. The other great thing about this is it took me less than 30 minutes from the time I started prepping, getting the grill going, to right now. It's quick, it's easy, and it tastes amazing. In fact, That's good. I already know this is good. Guys, if you didn't catch up in the video with the recipe, don't worry, it's in the description. The thing that I encourage people when it comes to cooking is two things. Don't cook afraid, and if you don't like the spices, the seasonings that I used on this episode today, find the one you like. If you don't like cherry, try apple, try something else, but play around with the flavor profiles, but keep it simple. This is an amazing meal. It was quick, easy, and it tastes great. Again, here on Smokin the Wild, we want to take people from saying they can't do this to, wow, I just did that. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button, get the bell notification, and look forward to the next episode. Thanks for watching.